Good morning, people. Welcome back to the Grumpy Old Git in the channel. Well, yeah, we had a good live last night on Pat, but I dipped out at about, I think it was about 1 o'clock. Had the old grey mist starting to descend. Dan will tell you what that's like. And I just had to go to bed, basically. But lots of discussions. But what did we see over the weekend now then? Well, apparently there's Braverman has sold this agreement with the French. They're not telling us what's in it yet. You can guarantee there'll be nothing in there to stop them. But it was also interesting to see an interview with an Albanian illegal arriving passenger. And when he was asked why he wanted to come to the UK, he said, I come from a broken country, a lawless country, and I want to come here for a better life. And he admitted he paid 3.5 grand for the privilege. Well, there's a lot of people in this country would love to have 3.5 grand to throw away like that, but hey ho. Well, here's a newsflash for you, dude. By coming here, in the numbers you are, you're turning this country, our country, into what yours already is. You know, this free ride ain't going to last forever. And they're still coming. The weather's still pretty good in the channel. So, as I said on my community post earlier, that was nearly 1,000 on Saturday, well over 1,000 yesterday, and we can expect the same today. But if it's as foggy there as it is here, they're going to have trouble seeing them, so we could have lots of beach landings as well. They could actually get all the way in their little boats. But we've got councils now, as I mentioned last week, trying to take legal action and put injunctions in place to stop these people being put in hotels in their town. And the High Court has turned this down on several of occasions. But it's always in the wording, isn't it? I mean, one judge, an absolute knobend, said these people have a right to a safe place to sleep and live. Yeah, so do our own that are on the streets, many of which are veterans, which I dare say that same judge stood up and gave his thanks for over the weekend to those that died for our freedom. Yet some of those people that fought for that freedom are still living on our streets, Judge. Come on, answer that one. Don't hear you putting a case for them now, do I? You know, it's assholes like this judge that are turning this country into a shit pit. It really is. And the sooner we get out that European Court of Human Rights, at least we can start trying to get rid of a few. But we'll move on from there. You know, the government have got things going on in place. This all over the channel is at the moment being used as a smokescreen for everything else that's going on. It's just getting ridiculous out there now. I mean, you've got the government trying to bring in all sorts of laws and that again, even against protesting. Now, this is going to shut the country down because they've broken us into so many small fractions that nobody's bothering to come in together and fight this as one. And until we do, nothing's going to happen. So if you're one of these that belongs to a little fraction somewhere, when your world falls apart around you, don't come crying to us. You're the ones that wanted to go your own way. And oh my, what's going on in the jungle? Now, we used to hear and cock and bull stories from the fraudster Hancock. Well, now he's literally being forced to eat cock and bull. They're saying he's getting too much airtime. He's asking if people will forgive him for what he's done. So, well, it looks like there's only two things he won't swallow, and that's his own arrogance and his pride. It's too bitter a pill to swallow, that one, isn't it, Hancock? Well, and it's also been revealed the weekend just how much money the NHS is spending on agency staff, in particular nurses. Now, we got used to the government and their little friends making a profit over the pandemic and the fear and the propaganda. But these agencies are charging up to £2,000 a shift for a nurse. No, a nurse isn't even going to get paid £1,000 a shift. So how much are these assholes pocketing? Profiteering on the back of misery of millions. Just think about that one for a minute. Yeah, there is always money to be made in misery and in war, as they say, which is still continuing apparently. Looks like Russia's done a bit of a withdrawal, but I don't think that's the end of it at the moment. Our lot certainly won't want it to finish. They're having too much of a whale of a time using this as an excuse and siphoning off money. But they took time out to go to Cop Out 27. You know, where these elite and the globalists and whatever are well on the way through their agenda of destroying non-conforming societies. They want countries that don't want to fall into line with their agenda will be persecuted until they do, believe me. But Sunak has done another U-turn. He has promised to stop persecuting motorists. Now, we know they got a black hole in the finances. He wanted all the cars off the road, diesel, petrol, whatever. He knows most people can't afford to replace them with electric because they just can't use them. It's pointless with no infrastructure in place. But how big a much bigger of a hole is losing the tax revenue from 39 million motorists gonna go? How are you going to fill that hole? How big is that one? We pay thousands of pounds a year to keep our cars on the road. What are you doing with all that? And what are you going to do without it? Is more to the point. You know, I think he's just throwing us more crumbs. I really do. Right, anyway guys, I've got things to do today. I've actually got to try and shuffle my way round to the surgery to get a new prescription. And what else have I got to do while I was there? Oh, hand me blood pressure sheet in for last week. So, until the next one, guys, as always, thank you very much for your support. Keep your eye open now. I have got a community channel, so I will be putting the odd bits and pieces on there now and again. And as always, don't forget PAP and the rest of the links in the description below. They're all channels that I follow. You'll find up to date news on what's happening in the channel and other places from the people in there. So my respects to each and every one of you, and until the next one, as always, stay safe, stay strong. Don't let these bastards get under your skin. Respects, guys.